Imagine waking up one morning to find your country's economic lifeline has been cut. That's exactly what happened in Niger when their vital oil pipeline, the longest in Africa, was mysteriously sabotaged. But was it really mysteriously? What if I told you that this wasn't an isolated incident, but part of a decade-long pattern of economic warfare that has kept entire nations in chains? Before I reveal the shocking truth about who might be behind this sabotage, let me ask you a question. What length would you go if someone was stealing 99.6% of your wealth? In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you evidence that would change everything you thought you knew about modern colonialism. Stay tuned, because what happened next will shock you. To understand what is happening in Niger today, we need to travel back in time. And what you are about to see isn't just history, it's a blueprint for control that is still being used right now. Here's something that will shock you. When African nations tried to break free from France's grip, they didn't just face opposition, they faced destruction. Let me show you a pattern that is too precise to be coincidence. In Guinea in 1958, Sékou Touré creates his own currency. France's response? They flooded the country with counterfeit money. 14 countries in Africa use the franc CFA, and every time any of these countries try to leave the franc CFA, there is a serious consequence. In Togo, 1963, Sylvanus Olympio suggests breaking away from French currency. The result? A French-backed coup ends with his death. In Mali, 1963, Modibo Keïta creates the Malian franc. The outcome? Another French-supported coup removes him from power. Notice anything familiar? Now here is where things get truly fascinating. While independent-minded leaders were removed, look at what happens to France's loyal partners. These aren't just presidents, they are dynasties. The Bongos in Gabon from 1967 to 2023, where he was ousted by a military coup. The Nyasimbis in Togo from 1967 till present. And there is another one that I know that you know, that I'm intentionally leaving out for obvious reasons. At least you still want me to make these videos, right? Okay, there's a reason why he's still in power. But in a minute, I will show you the most shocking part of this system. A financial weapon so strong, it keeps entire nations trapped. Before I reveal that, what is the real reason you think these leaders stayed in power for so long? Now, here is where our story takes a dramatic turn. In what many are calling the Sahel Revolution, something unprecedented happened. Three nations, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, they did what was thought impossible. They stood up to France. But the price, that's what you need to watch carefully. Now think about this. What will make more than 90% of a country's population to support a military takeover? The answer might surprise you. For years, France claimed its military bases were protecting these nations from terrorists. But here's the shocking reality. While French forces were supposedly fighting terrorism, insecurity actually increased, and the numbers tell a devastating story. Now let me show you something that will make your blood boil. France was buying Niger's uranium at 0.8 euros per kilogram. Meanwhile, the international price at the trade markets were 200 euros per kilogram. That is about 99.6% discounts on one of the world's most valuable resources. That's insane. That's not a typo. That's not a mistake. It is 99.6% lower than the market price. But in 2023, everything changed. The people had enough. What happens next sent shockwaves through the entire continent.